Are you looking for drawing journal ideas? Well, join me today as I'm doing a really fun illustration. It's more of a doodle actually. And yeah, it's week 3 of our creativity journal. So let's get started. All right, well, I'm excited. This is week 3 of our creativity journal, and this is a really fun doodle that I'm going to create today. Before I transfer my image, last week I wrote on one of my page and I used a Sharpie, so it left me with a little bit of seeping through, and I want to cover that, so I'm using a little bit of gesso on both my pages. I'm just going to use an inch brush and apply the gesso, kind of a light coat, but I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more on the left page. If your page is, if your paper is fine and you don't need gesso or you don't want to use gesso, go right ahead and skip that step. But you might want to do a little bit of painting with a stencil. I'm using this star. It's a sponge star that I found at the bottom of my art box, and I thought, why not use that today? I really like the kind of distressed look it's giving me, so I'm starting with that, and I'm gonna now transfer my doodle onto the page. I'm using carbon paper, and you can refer to the description if you want to order some, or you can buy it at Staples. So with the red pen, I'm transferring my image by pressing medium hard. You don't have to press that hard, but like I was saying, feel free to freehand your drawing if you'd like. I want this to have a doodle feeling, and I like to kind of not necessarily go over the lines exactly the way my illustration is, because I kind of want a little bit of a surprise. So I'm kind of going on the lines, but not like perfectly. So you're welcome to do that as well. And like I always say, feel free to add more more flowers or whatever you want to add. This is my illustration. I like the way it turned out. I'm using my portfolio pastels because I love them. I bought some gelatos and I'll use those probably next week. But for today, I have my yellow pastel for her hair and the dress. I'm not staying inside the lines. I'm kind of freely applying my my pastel, but I'm pressing a little bit harder than I usually do for a background where when I know I'm gonna use a few colors because I want them to blend together. But the dress and the hair, I'm doing like pure yellow, so I'm pressing pretty hard, and I broke one of my pastels, so I'm just using it on its side, so I'm covering a lot of paper right now. Now I'm using pink for the flowers. Actually, they almost look like berries. I'm using yellow orange for the shoes. As you can see, I'm kind of I'm doodling with my pastel, going outside the lines. I'm not too concerned about staying perfectly in the lines. I'm going to be using kind of a blender tool to make everything kind of smoother. So I'm going to go over everything. Now my background is bright orange. So it's the orange that I'm going to apply on my background, all over my background. And as you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of the paper showing. See, I'm leaving a little bit of white, but like I said, I'm going to be using a blending tool and kind of smoothing everything out, and it's going to look airbrushed and almost watercolored. This is my skin tone. It's actually peach, and I'm going to add it on half of her face and her body, if I can kind of find where her body is. She's very whimsical. I think her arm is going to go up right there. She's holding on to some flowers, or they could be fruit. And then her other arm is going up. She has her legs folded under her, kind of jumping through the air. Very free spirit, my little sunshine girl today. All right, I was going to use blue, but I want to keep the blue as it is now. So I'm just going to add some orange to kind of define her arm a little bit, and that's part of the background. So I added it there, and also, yeah, I'll come back and probably add some more orange. So these blenders are good. I've used them in my previous illustrations, but I don't know, they're kind of falling apart a little bit on me. So I'm just making sure there's no residue. And I'm going to blend my background. And I don't know, I think I'm going to have to buy new ones a little sooner than I thought. I might test some brands, so I'll let you know what I find. They shouldn't be falling apart so quickly. I mean, I use them, I've had them like not even 2 weeks. I've done 2 illustrations with them. So anyway, I'm just going ahead and smoothing out my background. As far as my journal page, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm feeling a quote that I've seen in a book. I'm going to be looking for it, but it says something about freedom and how to embrace change. I'm pressing a little bit harder on my tool because I applied quite thick of a pastel layer because I'm using only one color. So I just really wanted to cover my page. There's a little bit more orange for the background and to make her pop a little bit more. I think I'm adding some right there as well. So your illustration probably looks different if you just traced the illustration, and you could do a softer background. You could use other stencils that you have at home and kind of play with the, pasting some things. And that's what's fun. You can come back to your other drawings. Right now, my illustration pages, I know I have quite a bit of space left, and I can, anytime I want, I can just come back and add some words, some even draw more if I want to add more drawings to it. But as I'm going into this this project a little bit, I'm watching some videos about journaling, and I don't know if I told you, but this is my first time doing like a true journal. Like usually I just kind of use my journal to to take notes and to gather some things, which is, I guess, what journaling is. But this is more intentional. I'm using my sponge to do some polka dots on my left page. And now I'm going to just blend my skin tone. I'm grabbing a little bit of orange and kind of warming up her skin tone with a little orange as well. There's no rules for this. You can do whatever you want. If you want to blend more, if you want to just use paper and glue some more paper as your background, that would be totally cool. And as I was saying, I am watching videos and I'm really getting like I just really like what some of the things that I see on YouTube. There's some really creative ways to do journaling pages, and like I said, I'm new at this, so by the time I'm like on week 10 or whatever, I think we're gonna really grow together, really evolve with this idea of journaling. It's really a lot of fun, and I really love the idea of gathering my illustrations in one book. I'm adding some pink polka dots on my left page from my flowers/berries. They're flowers. Let's just call them. They're roses, I think. Okay, just decided to do some polka dots on that dress. I just got a piece of construction paper that I'm shaping to place on my journaling page, on my writing page. And this is the quote that I found. The change came fully when I saw how much I had to gain by being free, which made me willing to pay the price to change. So this quote is, well, I don't know who wrote this, but I'm thinking probably the author. It's really cool. The more I read it, the more I find something like kind of a different meaning to it. It's really great. So I'm happy to put it in my journal, and I think it goes really well with my freedom girl. Her name is Sunshine. I mean, she's Sunshine Girl, but yeah, this is gonna be a really nice reminder that we must be willing to change and embrace change. Because if we all always stay the same, well, we don't evolve, and I don't think we can live fully, and we can enjoy life and truly embrace our purpose and discover. I like the word discover. Oh, yeah, sorry, I kind of got lost in my thoughts. Oh, wait, all right, I am adding this pouring medium. It's an acrylic. It's by Liquitex, and it's called pouring medium. So I just kind of add it with a brush and kind of put a little bit underneath the paper, and then with a sponge, I like to kind of go around my page and pick up some of that pouring medium. And as I go over my pastel, I pick up a little bit of orange and add it to the left page, so it's giving me kind of it's blending with the stars and giving me a more of a consistency to the page. So I really like that. Now this is gonna dry, and I'm actually using a blow dryer, so when it dries, it's gonna smooth out a little bit. Now with some Q-tips, I just want to grab some white paint, and my page is fully dried, by the way. So I'm just gonna grab some paint, and I want to do some clusters, some like little round clusters to kind of go with those little flowers. To me, they look like clusters, and I'm also brightening my page. I really like that. So I'm just kind of being careful and adding a little paint and not having too much paint. So I add paint and I remove the excess, and then I just went all over my page and did some little flowers or little white grapes. Now with just a regular black marker, I'm just defining my eye and eyelashes. I'm going to do both eyes actually, and the long eyelashes. 1, 2, and 3. Zoop. Okay, now with just one Q-tip, I like to continue to add some little polka dots. So I'm doing little clusters, but a little more like further apart. And again, it continues to give me like this bright look. I was gonna use like some sparkle paint, some like glitter paint, but I think my page is busy enough. I like the orange is like so bright. I think it just shines on its own. I'm not gonna add glitter paint. I really like the way it's looking now. Adding a few dots in my flowers. See, now they look more like flowers. There we go. A few more. Dot, dot, dot. She's so cute. I really love how she turned out. She truly represents freedom and the willingness to change. And yeah, I love her. I hope you had fun too. So if you want to connect with me on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Paint with Nat, N-A-T. Watch more videos. If you liked my video today, please hit the like button and meet me again next week for another journal page. Until then, stay creative.